Welcome. We are live. What's up, guys? Go ahead and comment in the chat who you are and where you're watching from. We have a lot of people tuning in from all over the world, so I'm excited to see who's here. What's up, guest from Cleveland? Tell me your name. Quincy. What's up, guys? Birmingham, Alabama. What's up, Tammy? New York, Australia. What's up, Hannah from San Diego? Excited for you guys to be here. Go ahead and tell me your name and where you're watching from, because we're going to have some fun today. I want to see who I'm talking to. What's up, Cleveland, Ohio? What is up, Walter? Hanging out for the Nuggets. I love it. What's up, Brian, Vancouver? What's up, Tricia from Alabama? Brandy from Texas. Brian from Louisville. Thomas from California. Connecticut. Jeff, what's up, guys? Waco, Texas in the house. We have a lot of people tuning in. What's up, Daryl from Seattle? Caitlin from Leavenworth, Kansas. With your mom. I love it. Excited to give you guys a lot of value, and let's make this engaging. I'm going to do some Q&A at the end for you guys as well. We're going to make it fun. What's up, Derek from San Diego, not too far from me. Richard from Cali, V from Toronto. We got people all over the world. Thanks to you guys that are staying up late. Some of you guys are in Australia and Amsterdam and different parts of the world. 2, 3, 4 a.m. That's called dedication. You're the people I want to hang out with because you're the ones that invest in yourself, and you're the ones that want to improve your life and improve your business. So much respect. Oh, I see this event as an in-person mastermind. I want to act like you guys were all together running like a small event. I don't want to think that everyone's all over the world. I want to act like you guys are with me here, okay? So let me go ahead and pull up my screen so we get started, and I'm excited. Make sure you guys can see that. Type. We're about 30-second delay, so type in the chat. I just want to make sure you guys can see me. Let me know that you guys can see and we're ready to go. We're going to talk about the 6-step proven formula to build your $1 million network and leverage your circle of influence for rapid growth in the next 6 months. So just let me look in the chat to make sure. Awesome. You guys can see this. Great. So welcome. And I know some of you guys might be thinking, oh, not another training, right? There's so many trainings and webinars out there. I've been to 50 plus trainings the last couple of years, and 95% of them don't really give me tactical value. I assure you this will be different, but let me make sure you're in the right spot. If you're looking for a huge competitive advantage in life and business, if you're looking to grow your network, if you're looking to gain more clarity on how to make money in today's uncertain and changing times, you're in the right spot. And I do want to acknowledge you for investing time into personal growth. Time is more important than money, right? And you are the ones that know the benefit and the payoff. You're the action takers. You're the type that don't wait for opportunity. You create it. So congratulations. I know you're an overachiever, and I know you're an action taker. And that's the people that I want to hang out with, are action takers, leaders, people who jump on opportunities. Most people watch their lives pass them by. You create yours. So much respect. And by investing your time here today, I'm going to give you things to help you become a better entrepreneur and a better professional. So I'm excited. So what we're going to dive into is why this information at this moment in time is extremely, extremely important, okay? And my number one focus is always adding as much value as possible. And if you're spending time with me today, I'm gonna make sure you leave with massive, massive clarity and excitement. I had a realization a couple years ago, and it was that 1 or 2 perspective shifts, a new action plan, a new way to look at a problem, a new scheduling thing that you learn, a new network or a new relationship can yield you an extra 50, 100, 2, 3, 500 grand for the year. Just a different way of thinking, right? And Forbes magazine had an article a month ago that said 10% of people invest in themselves and invest in education that helps their future. You guys are the 10%. You're the cream of the crop. So this is why this is important. Right now, it's the greatest time in human history to be alive. It's the greatest time in human history to be alive. We're going to go through why, but there's more wealth being created than ever before. There's 1,700 new millionaires created every single day in the US. That's over 6,000 new millionaires created in the US just last year. More wealth is being created than ever, and more money is being exchanged than ever. And when the economy doesn't do well, the money doesn't disappear. It transfers to the successful people that are doing these things that I'm going to talk about today. Okay? Now, it's the greatest time in human history. People are thriving, but also 95% are stressed, underpaid, and overwhelmed, feeling stuck. This is what keeps me up at night. The economy is thriving. There's a lot of ways to make money. I know people that are 19, 20, crushing it and broke 50-year-olds, right? But 95% of people aren't taking advantage and don't have clarity on how to really get to the next level. The rich are getting richer, and now is time to separate yourself once and for all. And a lot of people are lost, broke, confused, and struggling. And I know that if you're here, you're not just here for yourself. You have people that are inspired by you, looking up to you, and people that you want to help as well. So keep that in mind. What it took to succeed just 5 or 10 years ago doesn't work anymore, right? The opportunity cost is huge. You're leaving a lot of money on the table by not knowing some of these simple yet powerful facts. And the game has changed. Right now, I know 15, 16, 17-year-olds making $500 to $1 million a year. And I know broke 40 and 50-year-olds. One's not adapting to the new times. One says, I have 20 years of experience. But the reality is they have 1 year repeated 20 times because they're doing the same thing over and over again. And the other person is willing to adapt, willing to invest in themselves, willing to learn and grow and become more valuable. So the game has changed. And that's what I want to share. Let me go through the house rules real quick, just so you guys know, okay? So first, this is not a get rich quick. There's no shred or anything in this training of a get rich quick. If you're looking to get wealthy without putting in real work or adding value, this isn't it. Feel free to go on about your business or change your expectations. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not do nothing and get paid, okay? This is real value from real people, and not really nothing I teach is how to do nothing and get paid. I've never met anyone who was able to do that except lottery winners, right? And I think 78 or 80% of those go broke within 2 to 3 years anyways, right? So if you're looking to get rich quick or do nothing and get paid, not for you. There's plenty of other trainings that promise that, right? There's no fake experts. This is real results, real work, real people. And obviously my results aren't typical, but I'm going to show you exactly what I've done the last 15 years and all the trial and error and simplify it into a roadmap for you so you can cut your learning curve in half, okay? If you're looking to get blueprint to gain more clarity, this is it. If you're looking to elevate your network, this is it. If you're looking to increase your income, this is the training for you. And I just want to make sure you guys know, and we have the house rules. And my promise to you is this: by the end of this training, you'll have a clear roadmap on how to join the top 5%. You'll have a clear roadmap on how to join the top 5%. And most importantly, you'll know how to reach your goals on your terms with certainty, right? With certainty. Now, for me, I've gone through a lot of different challenges, and I want to let you know that I have personally failed my way to success. I remember being at my max capacity. I thought it was how many hours I was working that was going to make me successful, but I was working 80, 90 hours a week. I'm going to get into my story in a second, but I felt like I was working all the time. I didn't see my results improve. I felt like my to-do list was growing no matter what I finished. I had so many ideas, but I didn't know how to execute. I was overloaded. I want to share how I simplified everything into a clear roadmap that's best connected to my values, right? And I'm always going to reward the action takers. So we have a special bonus at the end, by the way, so make sure you stay till the end. And anyone that stays till the end, my team is going to send you my Millionaire Weekly Time Management System. So this is going to give you everything I use to plan my weeks and really all the questions I ask. This is what you're going to get, all the questions I ask and exactly what I do to plan my weeks. You're going to get the PDF of this. So I'm excited. Now, I want you guys to know, when I say most people are struggling, people get a little bit worried, they get sad, they get overwhelmed, they get frustrated. It's not your fault. A lot of things we've been taught have been backwards. There's a lot of myths in the new economy. You have to have money to start a business. You have to go to college. You have to have wealthy parents. You can't be from a small town. There's a lot of myths that I'm going to bust today, but I want you guys to know that it doesn't matter what decisions you've made in your past, you're always one decision away from making the right one. And I want to share with you guys how to make the best possible decisions for your business and your future. So what brought you here? I want to know in the chat, what brought you guys here? I looked at your emails. We got a lot of emails from you guys. Thank you for sharing. I tried to get back to as many of you as possible, but I want to know why you're here. So many different reasons, but some of you guys want to build a higher level business. Some of you guys want to quit your 9-to-5. Some of you guys are in sales. Some of you guys are in network marketing. Some of you guys want to bring your brick and mortar online. Some of you guys want to become better leaders and better parents for your kids. Why are you here? I want to know. Go ahead and share in the chat what the main reasons you're on this training are. Go ahead and share in the chat. There's a little bit of delay, so I'm going to be like 30 seconds delayed. Love it. Want to save 100,000 lives. Loved your book and wanted to hear more. Topic very pertinent to my situation. I love it. Building my company from 6 to 7 figures, becoming a better leader and mentor to my team, looking to grow, always looking to improve. Want to launch my magazine in 3 months, market our business the right way. Want to quit 9-to-5 and build income to for myself and my family, make an impact. I love it. To build a multi-million-dollar business, grow your network. I love it. So all kinds of different reasons, right? So before we dive into the content, I want to talk a little bit about who I am and where I came from, right? Who the heck is Peter Voog? I don't like to talk about myself much, but there's so many people who preach and practice and promote these certain things, but they don't actually live it or they haven't got real results, right? They only have shared information. They haven't built real businesses. So I want to share a little bit about my past, just so you know that I've been through it. I've been in the trenches. And it's been a long journey, and I went through a lot of failures to get to where I am now. And my number one focus now is to help you get to the next level. So who is Peter Voog? Small town kid from Oregon. I grew up in a town of close to 8,000 people on the coast. Transferred high school my junior year, had a lot of issues. I'm not going to go through all the deep dive stuff. You don't need to hear about that. Dropped out of college my senior year. And I did not share this, by the way, until about 1.5 years ago, because society makes you feel so bad and almost makes you feel inadequate and feel like a loser dropping out of college. So I was embarrassed. I didn't tell him when I dropped out. Now I don't want to say I'm proud. I did it for the people that thought you needed a college degree, because you don't. It's 2019 and it's adapt or die. I tried hard labor. I tried selling things on eBay. One of my first official jobs was valeting cars at a casino. I went completely broke at age 22. So I got into sales after valeting cars and went completely broke. Like no savings, $0. I was living in our family friend's extra room up in Tacoma, Washington. This is me at 19. Kind of funny. Look like a little hoodlum. So that's me at 19. But transitioning and fast forward, who am I now? 2 times best-selling author. We've actually sold over 400,000 copies of the book, 6 Months to 6 Figures. Have created 6 different 6 figures or more in income streams in 8 different industries. Trained over 7,500 entrepreneurs personally. This is in person, while reaching millions and millions of entrepreneurs. This is the book, 6 Months to 6 Figures. It's regularly on the homepage of Audible. I think we have almost 6,000 reviews on Audible. Now, this is me speaking keynote at Dubai in 2016 at the Atlantis. Been featured in Forbes 3 times, Entrepreneur over 20 times, Time Magazine, Huffington Post, Inc., Business Insider. Labeled one of the top 6 millennial mentors. It even sounds funny talking about myself like this. I don't like doing this, but there's just so many people who are filled with fluff and BS who haven't got results. So I do this just to impress upon you what's possible coming from a town of 7,000 or 8,000 people with no guidance and no network. This is me speaking at the Success Live event with I spoke with some of the craziest speakers like Gary Vaynerchuk and Brendon Burchard and Les Brown and Mel Robbins and Scooter Braun and all kinds of crazy speakers that I never thought I would. This is me speaking internationally in Mexico. Last year, I'm actually speaking in Cabo San Lucas within the next 2 weeks. And it's been crazy. I never thought in a million years I'd be doing a lot of the stuff I'm doing now. This is one of the interviews that I did online that has almost 400,000 views. This is Grant Cardone interviewing me. This was, I believe, this says the date, June 2017. This is us featured in Entrepreneur Magazine, I think for the 3rd time, promoting our Game Changers Academy. So I show all you that to tell you this. Here's my first failures. Now, I thought motivation and ambition were enough. So small town kid, I had so much energy. I was extremely lost, but I had energy. I felt extremely judged, which made me feel kind of like an outcast. I was the kid that everyone else's parents would tell their kids not to hang out with. And I acted like it didn't hurt me, but obviously it destroyed my confidence. I had huge dreams, but everyone told me to be realistic. I had to go to college. I need to get a good job, work my way up. And no one around me had ever made 7 figures, nor was anyone I know a millionaire. So I didn't even think about 7 figures. It wasn't even possible, right? It wasn't even possible. But I kept asking why, and I continued to figure out how to get to that next level, right? So I left town, I met a mentor. But my first failure was when I got into sales, I thought motivation and ambition was enough. I got into sales without any real strategy and without any real mentorship or any guidance. So I was the most motivated person. So you might be motivated and excited, but I was so broke, I could not afford the Wendy's drive-thru. I remember being in a 1-bedroom apartment after I left my friend's family's spare bedroom. I got an apartment and it was in a rough area of Tacoma. I didn't even have a mattress, or didn't even have a box spring, just a mattress. Didn't even have money to eat. I get chills thinking about it. And I was frustrated. I was discouraged. And I was working 60, 70, 80 hours a week. And at that point, I started asking for help. So I would ask society. I would ask friends around me, people I knew. I didn't know any successful people at the time, but I would ask, what's the key? And I got 2 pieces of advice. And I'll never forget this. This is why I don't really listen to society. Usually society, the majority is usually wrong. First, they said, you just got to work harder. So I would work 50 hours a week. Then I would go up to 60, then 70, then 80. I was working 80 hours plus a week and my results weren't changing. So I realized it's not just about hard work, because some other people in my company were working less than me, getting great results. They were getting big bonus checks. They were buying houses. And I said, how is this possible that I'm working 80 hours a week with no results? I said, there has to be more than just working more hours. Second thing they said is you got to study and learn and invest in yourself and read everything, watch videos. So I would read, I would study, I would stay up late, like watching YouTube videos. And I got overloaded. And when you're overloaded, you seek distraction subconsciously. So now I'm working 85 hours a week and I'm overloaded with information. I was dead broke, discouraged, frustrated. I had no clue what direction or action to take. I was from a small town, so I always blame my past, where I was from, my age, the company, the economy. And right when I started taking a little more responsibility, someone at an event I went to said, the moment you take responsibility for everything in your life is the moment you can change anything in your life. And they said something. They said, your business is a reflection of you. And I said, wait, hold on. I'm failing. Does that mean I'm a failure? I'm struggling. I don't get it. My business is me. And I realized, yes, I was working hard and I was investing in myself, but I wasn't working strategically. And it's not the hours you work, it's the work you put in the hours. So I started taking more responsibility, right? So I was up to 80 hours a week and I had to make a decision. So this is when I was 23 years old, 22, 23. I was either going to quit, abandon entrepreneurship and my dreams and try something else and maybe settle, because that felt right in the moment because it was the easier choice, but didn't want to settle. Or I had to figure it out. So I'm at a crossroads. Now, of course, the story is a lot longer. I want to simplify so I can get to the value. But I was at a crossroads. I had felt like I had tried everything. I was working 80 hours a week. I felt like an outcast. I felt like I let my family down. Everyone thought I was weird because I wanted to try entrepreneurship. I didn't take the normal route. I dropped out. So I could either quit and go back to my hometown and get a normal job or figure it out. And something in that moment caused me to make a decision to figure it out. And here's what it was. I thought about the reasons why I started, and I thought about some of the things that made me want to become an entrepreneur. One of them was my parents had a wedding anniversary, and my mom handwrote notes to some of her best friends her whole life. And one of her best friends couldn't make it. Now, she gave her, I think, a year in advance. She wrote letters, and she said, I would love to have you come to this special anniversary. And she couldn't make it. I think I'm 18 at the time. And I'll never forget this. My mom was devastated. And the two reasons she couldn't make this trip was, one, she couldn't afford it. And two, she couldn't get time off work. So I'm 18 years old. And I'm thinking, wow, I never want to be 40 or 50 years old and not be able to do something or have someone else tell me when I can leave or show up. And I never forgot that feeling of my mom being let down because someone else had to ask another adult when to leave. And that always frustrated me. So all of these things came in my head. I have to figure this out. I have to make this work, right? That was a huge key. So first thing I did, I made the definite decision I was going to make it work. So I challenge you to make the definite decision to make this work. Because if you have 1% doubt, you're out. So if you have 1% doubt, like, I don't know if I could do this, you're out, right? So when I look back on the first couple of years, when I was really struggling, when I was frustrated, when I was discouraged, when I was dead broke, when I didn't have any network, this is the number one thing that I believe helped me fail. I tried to do it all myself. This was the biggest thing that caused me to fail, is I tried to do everything myself. I felt like I was Superman. I felt like I didn't want to delegate anything. I didn't want to hire anybody. I wanted to figure it all out myself because it was my business, and that caused me to fail. And what happens if you try and do everything yourself is you get burnt out and you actually start to resent the things that you used to love, right? So it's a very, very deadly process. Why I succeeded, I built $1 million network. So simplifying why I failed, I tried to do it all myself. I took guidance from the wrong people. And why I succeeded, simply put, was that I built $1 million network. So here's what I've learned. Your circle of influence is the single most important thing and the most important aspect of your life and business. And when I made this decision to level up my circle of influence, when I made a definite decision to make the entrepreneur thing work, that's when I created 6 figures within 6 months and 7 figures within 3 years after that. Now we've done multiple 8 figures. But it was from that decision to take full responsibility and to get around the right people, right? So it's very clear that the top 1% of entrepreneurs have the highest social capital. Now, they all started with no network. I'm not talking about the 3% or the 4% that have it given to them that were born into royalty. I'm talking about the 97% that don't have a network or didn't have a network when they started. But they built up, and the number one thing there was a study done in Forbes years ago, early 2010, 11, 12 that I read, and it said the strongest predictor of success in entrepreneurship in the top 1,000 entrepreneurs in a specific survey they did was, number 1, relationship skills, number 2, social capital, who they knew. So you might say, yeah, but how do I develop these connections and relationships? That's what I'm going to share, right? Your circle of influence will make or break you. And I know you've heard this before, but are you implementing it at a high level? The moment you shift your circle of influence, your results, your standards, and your income will follow. So I needed to shift my circle of influence. So this is what we're going to dive into: how to create your $1 million network starting today. Now, people think that there's all these keys and success tips, but it's not about age anymore. It's not about experience anymore. It's not about where you're from, who your parents are. It's about 2 things now. It's about networking and having a proven roadmap. And that's why I wanted to custom and run this training for you guys, which is one of the first times I've ran this specific training, and I'm excited for it. So 3 pieces of a network, right? 3 pieces of a network. Number 1, support. So family and friends, right? So family and friends. That is who you're around consistently, day to day. And the people that you're really around the most that aren't at work. People around you should be building you up and should have a similar vision that you do and should be giving you energy, not taking it away. Life is way too short to be around toxic people who don't make you feel exceptional. Some of these things might be uncomfortable, but I'm just telling you the facts of how to build $1 million network and get to the next level. Remember, most people aren't at the next level. Most people are struggling, stuck, and they don't have a lifestyle they're proud of or financial freedom. So keep that in mind, right? But support's number 1. So who you're around on a daily basis, okay? So step 1 here is evaluate your circle of influence. Evaluate the people you're around, how they make you feel, who you're consistently around on a daily basis. If you add up the income of the 5 people you're around the most, this is scary. I've done it, and it's deadly accurate. And you divide that by 5, that's usually your income. I remember hearing a quote that stuck with me that I'll never forget. I put it in my book. If you want to become a millionaire, talk to billionaires, you'll get there quicker. This doesn't mean find billionaires, because that's hard to do. It means find people that are already at a similar level. People ask me every day, how'd you go from broke to 6 figures? Come on, that sounds kind of like too good to be true. Really, what is it? And the reality is, when I was dead broke, I was connecting with a lot of people who were okay with being broke. They would say, Peter, you're 22. You're supposed to be broke. I don't know about you, but I didn't like the feeling of having no choices. I know you're not supposed to feel how I felt. So I know you're not supposed to be broke. It doesn't matter if you're 17 or 40, right? So I had to get around higher level people that made me think different and think bigger. So that was number 1, is I evaluated everybody I was around. Step 2, I created a make it or break it list. So I realized I needed to shift my influence. I quickly realized that nobody I was communicating with was succeeding at a higher level. So one of the nights that I heard that quote, I don't know if it was that night or the night after, I made a list of the top 5 people, okay, in my company, out of my company, just people that I could reach out to that had the goals that I wanted. So my frustration and discouragement kind of turned into motivation, right? And a majority of the people I was talking to and getting advice from had mediocre results. Never take advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. So I made a list of the top 5 growth friends that I wanted to connect with. And then I made a list of my top 5 maintenance friends, of people that maybe held me back a little bit. These are people that maybe you feel bad for not hanging out with because you've known them since middle school or high school, and maybe they've settled or they don't want to take risks. Maybe they don't have that inner drive that you have to impact people, to build a world-class life, to get to that next level of income, of impact, of success. Maybe they don't have that nagging pull that you have. And this is all I did. I want to keep this simple for you. I increased the time I spent with my growth friends. And if I didn't know them, these are people that I didn't know yet, some of them, but I would reach out to them, right? And I would try to get around them and do all I could to get around them. And I would lower the time I spent with my maintenance friends. And just by lowering the time I spent with my maintenance friends and increasing time I spent with growth friends, it immediately gave me the confidence, the courage, and a roadmap to follow, because I didn't need to have the answer. One of the biggest breakthroughs I've ever had is I kept banging my head against the wall because I felt like I had to figure out all the answers myself. The reality is, when you get around growth friends, they give you the answer because they've already been there. This is cutting your learning curve in half, right? So for me, the only people I connected with those next 6 months were people that were making 300, 400, 500K. I wasn't even connecting with millionaires yet. But if you think about it, I'm making $0. I'm broke and stressed out, but I'm now connecting with people making 400 or 500. It's inevitable. Even if I didn't know anything, even if I wasn't that motivated, just by doing what they did, I would be able to make 6 figures because they've already done it 5 times over, right? It sounds simple, but simple is not always easy, right? So the most important decision you'll ever make is who you surround yourself with. And the tough decision here is who to cut out. I had to make some tough decisions. Some people I was around, they always had a problem for every solution. They were cynical. And here's the problem. When you have a big vision, a big purpose, big goals, you're not going to relate to a lot of people that don't have that because you're representing the strength, courage, and vision they don't yet have. Right? And sometimes, tell me if you can relate, and this is sad, but it happened. If you're around people who are a little insecure, when you start getting more confident, instead of them coming up and wanting to be confident with you and wanting to thrive or build a business with you, you affect their insecurity, and then they want to pull you down to their level. And that can't happen if you want to be successful in this new economy. It just can't happen, right? So the tough decision is who to cut out. If you hang out with 5 intelligent people, you will be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 confident people, you'll eventually be the 6th. If you hang out with 5 millionaires, you will eventually be the 6th. But if you hang out with 5 idiots, you know the deal. You'll eventually be the 6th, right? It's just how it goes. If you hang out with 5 alcoholics, you'll eventually be an alcoholic. Who do alcoholics hang out with? It's a given. The first thing they tell them after rehab is you can't hang out with anyone you used to hang out with, right? So the tough decision is who to cut out. And maybe you don't need to cut everybody out right away, but you need to lower the time you spend with them because your dreams and your goals and your business and your impact and your family is too important not to. It's uncomfortable, but trust me, it's the best decision you can ever make. And once I cut some toxic people out, my motivation, my standards, and my vision and my clarity skyrocketed. Right? As your vision gets bigger, your circle gets smaller. As your vision gets bigger, your circle gets smaller, right? How many of you guys are already experiencing this now? Tell me if you're already experiencing having bigger goals and a lot of people maybe aren't relating to you or you feel like you're an outcast now. Trust me, I've been there. So number 1 is support, okay? Number 2, peers. So first you have support. So support is like the people you're around all the time. Peers are a business network. Those you're around while you're working, while you're grinding, while you're hustling, right? Do you have A players you can bounce ideas off? The closest 5 people that you work with should already have the results you want or be living an inspiring lifestyle, and you want to be trying to get to their level or above. If everyone you work with has the same results or has already settled or doesn't want to push for new heights, then it's going to be tough. People always ask me, how do I quit my 9 to 5? I want to start a business. It's like, when's the date? If you don't have a date, it's not real. Once you put a date in, then it becomes official. And as time decreases, intensity and resourcefulness increase, right? And another reason people don't quit their 9 to 5s is they don't have certainty. And you create certainty by doing due diligence and by getting around higher level people. If you're only around people at your job, at your business that have, I don't want to say settled, but they're okay making 60K. They're okay making 80K. It's going to be hard for you to reach for 120 or reach for 500 if they've already settled, right? So peers is important. So the step here is find a mastermind network. Find a mastermind network, right? Find a group of entrepreneurs, a group of people that are thinking bigger, that are higher level. Here's what mastermind networks do. The first time I heard of a mastermind network and I got involved with other people that had big goals, it was the most euphoric, exhilarating feeling ever because I was around people that I could actually talk to and relate to. They could relate to my big goals and my vision. This is good for bouncing ideas, getting valuable feedback, sharing strategies, tips, and tricks, and accountability and support. Right? This was a huge key for me. So Get around higher level people. How do you get around a network of people? I'm going to give you some resources at the end, but you got to get around higher level people that make you think bigger, right? Game changers truth. The next one. Everybody with $1 million network, say 97%, almost everybody with $1 million and $1 billion network starts at zero. Most people have networks, once didn't. So I don't want you to look at me or look at people that have great networks and say, oh man, I can't do that. The question is, how can you do that? Not, I can't do that, right? This is me with Gary Vaynerchuk. I've texted and hung out with him multiple times. Me at Ty Lopez's house, me and Randall Pitch, the CEO of LiveFit, me and Lewis Howes. There's Ryan Blair, the CEO of Isalis, who sold his company for almost $800 million years ago. That's me and Gerard Adams, one of my closest friends. This is me when Grant Cardone interviewed me, and I interviewed him in Malibu. Me and my good friend Eric Thomas, me and Tom Bilyeu, the founder of Impact Theory. Me and Kenny the Jet, who's an NBA player. Me and Tony Horton, the founder of P90X. I interviewed him a while back too. But the reason I show you this is I never had a network. I didn't even know anyone that was making six figures. Just to give you some context, I had never even thought about being a millionaire. I just wanted to have financial freedom, but I never had a network. Okay. So remember, there's three pieces: support, peers, mentor. Mentor. Step 5, choose a mentor. So you want to have a mentor who can call you out, but a mentor who can give you a roadmap. So for me, I was finally making six figures. I was making six figures multiple years. And because I was making, I had six-figure mentors, so I was making six figures. And I realized if I want to get to seven figures, I need to find a mentor that has been at seven figures. So I found someone named Jordan Weirs who had already done seven figures by 21. And I got a hold of him and I hired him to mentor me. I was paying him good money, but he shared this with me and I never forgot it. He said, a smart person learns from their mistakes, as all successful people do. But those wanting world-class results learn from other people's mistakes so they can cut their learning curve in half and not waste as much time making the same ones. So this was a game changer for me. The power of a mentor is invaluable. Education and guidance. They call you out when necessary. They have you thinking bigger, and they help with big strategic decisions so you don't have to make them. They can help you with them. Let me tell you the benefit of a mentor. I have many stories, but one of them was I finally was saving money. I had 120 grand saved early end of 23, 24. I had 120,000 in the bank, and I was hiring a mentor, Jordan. And I thought I was on top of the world. I was a little more cocky then. I had an ego. And I'm like, I'm making more money than most people. I'm gonna kind of like lay low, take a vacation, relax a little bit. And when I hired him, I told him that, and he said, "You're kidding me. I made $1 million when I was 21, and you're gonna settle and relax and let up on the gas pedal when you have 120 grand saved? That's nothing. That's not gonna last long. I thought you were a game changer. I mentored you because you were thinking bigger, and now you're satisfied with 120 grand saved. Now." I was way taken back, a little bit astonished, but looking back, that moment changed my life. I don't think I would be where I'm at today if it wasn't for him challenging me and making me think bigger. I had never even made money before that. So having 120 grand saved was more than 99.9% of the people that I knew and that I grew up with. So I was comparing myself to society and not to where I wanted to go, which is another big issue. Right? So he helped me think bigger. It wasn't just about the money, but it was about raising my standards and making me think different about my future. So if I would have let up there, I don't know what I would have done, but he got me to think bigger, and then he got me to seven figures that next year. So realize the power of a mentor is astronomical, right? Now, it could be an online mentor if you're from a small town. It can be a mentor anywhere. It can be me, right? But your network and your mentor is more important than anything else. So step 6 here, start taking less opinions and only listen to the select few. Only listen to the select few. Now, you might ask, Peter, how is there 16, 17, 18-year-olds now making 6 and 7 figures And a lot of 40, 50-year-olds are broke. Here's why. Networking versus experience. People think that experience is going to make them a lot of money. Yes and no. Yes, it will if you're improving every year. If you do the same thing every year, it's not. Someone that's doing the same thing for 20 years and someone that starts their first year and networks at a higher level, the networking person is going to out earn them because they're more valuable and they have other people telling them what direction to take so they can cut their learning curve in half. Networking is the game changer in 2019, 2020, not just experience. And your circle of influence and your network affects all other areas. So confidence, health, energy, attitude, income, it affects all that. So when you guys emailed me and when you guys talked about your top goals, there was some people want to build a world-class business and improve their communication skills. Some people wanted to improve their big ticket sales. Some people wanted to transition into entrepreneurship. Some people wanted to learn how to create content and maximize social media. Some people wanted to figure out how to approach influencers. Some needed clarity and consistency. Some needed sales mastery, right? Here's the deal. These are the two things that came up the most in all of the emails. This is the top two goals that you guys shared you wanted. Number one, make more money. So everything boiled down to you want to make more money, not just for money, but for freedom, right? And two, you wanted to make it in less time. You don't want to work all the time. Here's what I'll tell you. I'm going to give you a 6X strategy right now to help you earn more income in less time. But if you only make more money when you work more hours, that's a trap. And you just have a high-paying job. You have to learn how to leverage, how to hire, how to delegate, how to duplicate, how to train, how to create systems. That's what this does. So remember, my number one failure. Are you guys getting this? Can you write in the chat? Let me know if you're getting value, if you're getting this, if you're excited to take action on some of this stuff. Let me know real quick. I'm gonna take a drink of water. I'm getting fired up and excited. Love it. Thank you, Hannah. Had to cut out the weeds, some of the growth. Love it. Need to cut out some of the negative people in my office. Yes, I love it. So this is a 6X strategy. Remember, my number one failure was I tried to do it all myself. And this cost me, oh my gosh, it took me way more time. It was more stressful. I got worse results and I started resenting things I used to love. Right? And this was no way to live. So here's the scary thing. I finally was making more money. I finally was making 6 figures and I even got up to 7, but then I was working 80 hours and I was consumed by my work. So now I would have traded less money for more lifestyle and more freedom. So I realized it wasn't money I was after. It was freedom. Someone said, is this really live? It is live, Fernando. It is 100% live. It is 5:44 p.m. Pacific time in San Diego. It is live. I don't know how else I could prove that it's live. Yeah, we don't really do the whole automated. I just want to be super authentic with you guys. I love being authentic. I think I've given up the need to be perfect to be authentic for you guys. So it is live. What was I saying? I wanted more of a lifestyle. And now that I finally have mastered these things I'm talking about, this 6X strategy, it's allowed me to have more money, more freedom, and build a lifestyle that allows me to travel and do what I love. So this is me and my now wife. She was fiance in that first picture. This is us traveling to Mexico, to Tulum, to Greece, to Mykonos. We've been all over the place. This is what it's really about. If you've built a business that makes $100 million, but you don't have a lifestyle you're proud of, one that allows you to live on your terms, where you can do what you want, wherever you want, you've done it all wrong. That's what this is about. It's about lifestyle. And my wife's pregnant. We found out a couple months ago. She's 6.5 months now. So the baby's due, which is, I'm going to get emotional talking about it, but it's just a whole different feeling. So now I have to be more disciplined and strategic than ever and make sure that I protect my lifestyle at all costs, because I don't want to be the parent that works 100 hours and never sees their kid. That's why this 6X strategy is so important, because it changed my life and my future. So let's dive in. I'm getting excited. Traveling, experiences, and having peace of mind is the game changer. You guys excited? Ready to go? I'm fired up. I'm fired. I can't get fired. All right. So first, shift from complexity to simplicity. Okay. That's the first thing. Get rid of all the noise in your head and start focusing on mastery versus overload. You don't need to read all the books. You need to simplify and find one system that works. Find one podcast to listen to. Find one mentor, one networking community, one program. Because if you're overwhelmed, you seek distraction. And the problem with a lot of millennials are they keep studying everything and they don't take any action. And to trick themselves, instead of taking more action, they just read more. But execution's the game. So simplify and figure out exactly what you want and start taking few opinions. Only connect with people that have similar values and are where you already want to go, and get rid of all the noise in your head. Start saying no to things that don't align with your vision. That's number one. I had to shift from complexity to simplicity. Complexity is the enemy of execution. Okay. Next, what I just talked about. Once you simplify and you get crystal clear on what you want and why you want it, now start doing the things I talked about. Find $1 million network. Get rid of maintenance friends. Increase time with growth friends. Find a network and find a mentor. Obviously, I can't do this for you, but I will tell you exactly how to do it and what I did. So create your $1 million network. Get around the right people, right? Level up who you're around and get a part of a powerful community, because if you're not, you're missing out on massive growth, success, income, and influence. Be purposeful and intentional. Pay if you have to. I was paying Jordan Weir's $12.50 a month when I was 23, right? But he made me an extra $500,000. I was paying my first mentor $650 to $750 a month. He made me an extra 30, 40 grand for the year. So it makes sense. Have a abundant mindset, not scarcity mindset, right? So build your $1 million network. Next, optimize your positioning, right? So think about what's going to make you different. The thing that makes you different is you're unique. Everyone's unique. When you start figuring out your unique ability and figuring out how to, like, what your unique edge is, what makes your company different, what makes your business different, and you start creating a movement, not just a business, that's when people start coming to you versus you chasing people. So optimize how people view your business by becoming more valuable, by investing in yourself, by building a network. Now, here's the cool thing. Once again, you don't have to know how to do this. You have to have a network that knows how to do this, right? So optimize your positioning is number 3. Number 4, take control of your schedule. Maximize each day. Say no to anything that does not align with your values and your vision, and say yes to everything that does. So here's an example. One of my values is peace of mind and flexibility. So when something comes across my desk, I ask myself, is this going to contribute to my freedom or contaminate it? If it contaminates it, I say no. When my value number 1 was money, when I was struggling, I would say, is this going to contribute to my income or contaminate and hurt it? Right? Super simple. So keep things simple, but take control of your schedule. Don't let someone else take control. The more you value your time and protect it, the more valuable it becomes. You only have 24 hours. The most successful people maximize those 24 hours. So take control of your schedule. Take control of your morning routine, right? There's 3 questions I ask myself every morning. What am I excited about? What am I grateful for? And what am I committed to making happen today, no matter what? Right? So learn to say no and take control of your schedule. Number 5, create an unshakable confidence by mastering your mindset. How do you master your mindset? You get around other confident people. Clarity is great, but if you don't have confidence, you won't accomplish as much. Where does confidence come from? It comes from self-esteem. Okay? It comes from self-esteem. And it comes from doing things you know you should do when you know you should do them. Until you value yourself, you won't value your time. Until you value your time, you won't do anything with it. So confidence comes from results. So here's the crazy thing. I didn't fully believe in myself till after 6 figures. Another myth. I love sharing these things with you guys because you guys are the cream of the crop. Another myth is everyone says you have to believe in yourself. You don't have to fully believe. If someone would have told me that I was going to make 7 figures, I would have said, you're crazy. I would have said, there's 0% chance I'll make 7. It was a fantasy to me. But I still took action daily and I still got around higher level people until my confidence and my belief caught up. So once I made six figures, I didn't fully believe in myself still, but the belief caught up once I got there. I think it's impossible to tell someone to fully believe when they haven't gotten the results yet. That's really tough. Think about it. Someone's like, you got to believe in yourself. Yeah, I get that, but it's really hard if you haven't gotten results. Right? Think about that. So you got to get around people that believe in you until your belief catches up. Lastly, focus on the right activities. Focus on the right activities. Okay, what are the right activities? Well, the key to productivity is working on them. So what's the profit producing ones? Positioning, making sure you get testimonials and you're positioned as a leading authority. The worst thing you can be is just another salesperson, just another realtor, just another author, just another speaker. You want to be the speaker, the author, the leading authority, the main agent, right? Ryan Serhant is one of my great friends who's spoken to our academy many times. And he's the #1 realtor in New York City and #2, I think, in the nation. He's on a $1 million listing, but he's positioned as high-rise, high-end houses. So he made a decision. That's what he was positioned on, and that's what people view him as, right? And he was once a nobody. No one knew who he was, but he continued to elevate his position. Networking also makes for profit-producing activities. Marketing, sales. These are profit-producing activities, right? Now, remember, if you don't know how to do these things, this is the lesson here. If you don't know how to do these things, ask your network and those playing the game at a higher level than you, because they will tell you how to do it, right? Here's a real world example, guys. This is Josh Ryan. He runs Cleverpreneur. He was on our academy, and I helped him with the 6X strategy. He was 17 years old. He's 18 now. He was 17, a high school student from New Zealand, no network, lack of direction. He still, just from pure ambition, was making $1,700 a month, right? But he used the 6X strategy. He changed his circle of influence. He learned from his mentors. He improved his positioning. He created certainty and confidence by getting results. And he focused on the right activities. Look what happened. 6X in under 90 days. He went up to $10,300 per month. This was when he was a senior in high school. He was making more than his teachers. He said it was hard to pay attention. I show you this because this is what's possible, right? So time is never the problem. It's lack of focus, no roadmap, and an incongruent circle of influence, right? Incongruent circle of influence. So let's recap real quick. You guys getting some value here? I love the comments. Thank you for commenting. Let me know what stood out and things like that. So lesson 1, your circle of influence is the number one indicator of your success. So stop trying to do it all yourself. Create your $1 million network with all 3 pieces: support, peers, and mentors. It doesn't matter what age you are or where you live. I was 27 when I made my first million. And I'm from a small town of 7,500 people. I was 23 when I made 6 figures. I know people that are, Josh was 17, 18 when he made his first 6 figures. Remember, age is irrelevant. Age is irrelevant, okay? By the way, someone asked a good question. Someone asked, what did he do for the 10K? He does Instagram stuff, Instagram marketing, but that's not as relevant. There's thousands of ways to make money. The point is, he chose one of them that he liked. Right? So there's a lot of ways. And once again, you ask your network and they'll tell you. It's not about working harder or smarter. It's about working right. A few strategic activities will go a long way. And bonus lessons we talked about, you don't need to believe, just get around people that do. And one of the biggest breakthroughs I've ever had, you don't need to have the answer when you create the right network, because your network has the right answer and they'll tell you. And the only way you're going to create a life and a business on your terms is by building your $1 million network. That's it. Okay. So I want to ask you a question. Okay. And we've been here for 55 minutes. Super excited to be able to spend this time with you guys. But think about what areas of your life you really want to improve. Right? Think about that. And I want to ask you a question. Now, the biggest key to consistent income massive energy and real success is being around the right people and daily accountability, but also having a proven roadmap to follow, not having Superman syndrome. In my opinion, you should make an immediate decision to do everything you can to create your ideal lifestyle. And I want to not only help you cut your learning curve in half, but help you create a life and a business on your terms. And I'm not sure why you showed up here today. A lot of you guys told me in the chat, but I'm not 100% sure on everybody. It might be because you're sick of treading water in your business. You feel like your business is running you versus you running your business. Maybe because you're frustrated that your podcast or your blog or your videos are not making money, or you're wondering how to create more predictable, consistent income streams, or you've been stuck at the same income the past couple of years and you've had enough. Maybe you're making money, but you're sick of trading time for money and you can't stand someone else telling you what to do or when to show up. Maybe you're like me, who didn't feel like my intelligence and ambition were matching my bank account. Or maybe you're bored. I don't know, right? Maybe you're curious. Either way, I want to help you claim your freedom back with absolute certainty and also help you cut your learning curve in half. At this point, we've been together like 50 minutes. How many of you at least got one or two things that you're going to implement immediately and see results with? Go ahead and let me know in the chat. How many feel like you at least got one or two things that you can leave with, that you can like take action on and execute? Impact everything. Love it. How many of you guys wish we could go longer? Well, let me ask you a question. Do you want to grow, and do you want to really, really get to that next level fast or slow? One of my favorite cars on the planet, Tesla. And I don't know what the other car is, but one is fast, one is slow. You can be the same person, same town, same everything. But if you put someone in a Tesla and someone in that car, you know which one's going to win. But sadly, most people are treating their life and their business like the second car. They're trying to do everything themselves when there's a more intelligent way. People always say it's about working harder. No, it's about working smarter. It's not about either. It's about working right based on what's most important for you. So you're online, you're watching this webinar, you now understand the importance of a good network. Would you agree that if you could dramatically increase your chances of getting not just 6 figures, but 7 figures, would you do it? If you had a chance to really increase your income dramatically? Well, I want to help you implement all of these actions consistently so you can create your dream network, you can gain 100% clarity and confidence, and you can start seeing real results fast. So within the last couple months, a lot of people have been asking about our exclusive Game Changers Academy. Okay, I'm going to share this, which I've never really done through a training. I'm excited to introduce you to the Game Changers Academy, which is the #1 networking community and mastermind program on the planet. But it's an invite-only community, but I wanted to open up a level for you, okay? I'd like to share the exact system I use to go from broke to 6 figures, to create close to 10 million in sales, to get in the best shape of my life, release 2 bestsellers, and double my physical energy while building a life on my terms, right? My #1 frustration when I was starting out was I didn't have a proven roadmap. I was spending a lot of money on training and mentorship and seminars and masterminds, but I never felt like I had a true community that felt like family, that gave me all the resources I needed, right? So after working with over 7,500 entrepreneurs, investing over 200,000 on personal development and thousands of hours researching, we've created a complete system you need. The Game Changers community is the absolute fastest way to go from point A to point B while eliminating stress and overwhelm. So this is most people, and this was me when I started, A to B. We want to help you eliminate all the stress and overwhelm and give you a proven roadmap to follow. So here's what you're going to get. You're going to get the complete Game Changer system. This is 100% based on experience and proven results. A network of over 850 proven and successful game changers, live mastermind calls, hot seats, an elite millionaire mentor, some top influencers in the entire world, Gary Vee, Tim Ferriss, Ryan Blair, Grant Cardone, Ariana Huffington, Marie Forleo, Eric Thomas, all kinds of amazing people. You get the full Game Changer Academy training system. live mastermind calls and hot seats every month, my letter to achiever script. So this is the exact letter that I email or I send to the top people to get them to respond and to connect with me. This is something that took me 6 or 7 years to create. So you get my letters to achiever script. A lot of people ask me, how do I reach out to them? I will get, and this script, by the way, has helped people get a hold of Mark Cuban, Tim Ferriss, different NBA players, different people to interview, Ariana Huffington, Tony Robbins. This script works. You're going to get how to build an online empire training. So how to go from no online experience to building a 7-figure online business, all the training. The maximizing your strengths blueprint. So this is a blueprint if you're new to entrepreneurship, if you're still in your 9 to 5, if you don't have any clue where to start, if you're overwhelmed or you lack clarity. This is a 13-page blueprint on how to give you clarity on not only what your strengths are, but what industry to go in and how to monetize. You get a network of 850 ambitious and success-minded individuals. My connections, network, and experience working for you. Total values over $10,000, right? And even if it was $10,000, but it promised you the best year you've ever had, and it made you back $10,000 within 30 to 45 days, that would still be worth it, right? So this is time tested and proven by thousands of people from all walks of life. And it's been featured in Forbes and Entrepreneur Magazine, Success, every publication. It was just an Entrepreneur Magazine for the I don't know, 8th, 9th, 10th time. So why do we have 550 plus testimonials and a flawless reputation and more coming daily? Here's why. We are very selective and keep it exclusive. Okay, everything is focused on mastery versus overload. It's actionable, updated to what's relevant and working now. It's 100% based on experience and proven results. Live interaction with the world's most influential people. And accountability to help you stay on track and increase results. So I believe some of the people that are watching are already on the platinum level of the academy. So you'll have a chance to get to the platinum level as well. I think Hannah and one other person as well. So you guys can share how you like the academy too. But here's the deal, guys. I'm going to give you some real examples, real value, and some real results. And this is Jared. He said, I joined the academy in 2017. By the way, I'll kind of deep dive what it is, but this has been going on since the end of 2012. And it's the most proven. You get deep dive training modules released every 7 to 21 days on how to go from where you are now and have the best year you've ever had and network with all the people that are doing big things in similar industries, right? So far in 2017, we broke 250,000 in revenue and have this 8 months to go. So he crushed it on pace to 3x his revenue. He already did that. Closed a deal this morning, which will pay me $35K in commissions next month. The main reason I won the business is I taught the CEO how to take the things. That's something we teach in one of the trainings. This account will earn me over $100,000 in business the next 2 years. Another post later, I just closed 2 more deals that pay me $55K in commissions next month. I've hit 95% of my yearly quota in only 2.5 months after joining the academy. Forget 6 figures in 6 months. I did it in under 3 months. 90K in commissions in 2.5 months. After just 6 weeks in the academy, I've quit my job, published my first book, and I'm on track to replace my income in the next 6 weeks doing what I love. James Miller. This is Justin Weeks. Some of you guys may know him. Justin has been on the academy for almost 3 years now. The Game Changers Academy has exceeded all my expectations. It scares me to think I almost didn't apply just because I was already top level of my company. I've got and continue to get massive results from implementing the skills and information that I've learned from Peter Boog and the GCA. By far the best business decision I've ever made. He was able to double his income within the first 2 months, by the way, and he was already making good money. Went from 60,000 to 102,000 all within a couple months. So some have big strides, some have, this is $42,000, but what could you do with an extra $42,000? The bottom line is this will help you have the best next 12 months you've ever had. Here's an inspiring one. Krista, within my first week of becoming platinum, I've made my first $40 online ever. She was trying for a long time and she could not make money online. So this is not about the $40. It's about having the proof. She made her first 40 online, and that gave her the confidence to never look back. so she could be there for her daughter. And this was a monumental moment, her making money online. Pretty awesome. Javier, can't believe the value in your academy. Feels like highway robbery. Price should be triple, and I'm only on day 2. Deans, I actually got this early this year. Cool email. He also did a video testimonial for us as well. I just want to thank you and keep you updated on how you have impacted my life. I know you're busy, so I'll keep it short. Because of the academy and the hour coaching call we did, over the last few years, I've done over $2 million in sales. Gross revenue, but still cool. My business is scaling and growing, and my wife and 7 kids were able to buy our dream home in the country. I would never have gotten to this point if it wasn't for you. Thanks again for all you do. Amazing. This is the stuff. This is why we do what we do. We want to find game changers who are serious about getting to that next level and need the guidance. So over the last 6 or 7 years, we've surveyed thousands of entrepreneurs, a lot of people in our academy. Here's the most common struggles: inconsistent and unpredictable, unreliable income, no real guidance or proven strategy, and they lack the confidence needed and the certainty needed to level up. And they have no support system or real network. So the academy has focused for the last 5.5, 6 years on helping maximize your income on your terms, help you follow a proven step-by-step roadmap, help you gain absolute clarity and develop an unshakable confidence, and create your own $1 million network. That's kind of the focus, right? So the #1 program just got even better as well. We revamped the academy content and added resources. You get customized deep dive trainings added and more resources than ever. So you have a deep dive training, how to build a 6-figure dream team, how to position yourself as the expert. You have the maximizing your strengths blueprint. Now you also get all the other people that you can network with as well. So think about how much this would be worth to you. Just think about it. How much would this be worth to you to have the answer to any problem? Whether you're already making 100K and you want to go to 200K, maybe you're not making much money and you want to get to 30K online. Maybe you're at 80, you want to get to $250,000. Maybe you're at 3 million, but you want to learn how to systemize, duplicate, and have a lifestyle that allows you to travel on your terms. I don't know where you are, but what would it be worth to you to build an amazing life on your terms? It's never been more possible, but you have to bet on yourself. What would it be worth in the next 5 years? Just visualize waking up whenever you want to wake up. No alarm. Go on a coffee and you have passive income, so things are being taken care of. Obviously, it takes work, but what's it worth to you to wake up with no stress and have financial freedom? We were in Scottsdale. I'll tell the story in a little bit. We were in Scottsdale and I had a pretty big breakthrough. But in your lifetime, what would this be worth to you? So here's my question. Why go through the trouble of trying to figure it out on your own when you can just model exactly what I did to create millions of dollars in sales and profits while building a life and a business on my terms? That's the most important part. I will take you by the hand and show you exactly what I did. Nothing I've shared with you is theory or hopes or wishes. This is exactly what I've done in my business to generate 7 and 8 figures and create a lifestyle to do things on my terms. I've now helped thousands of others around the world create a life and a business on their terms while deepening their networks. And it doesn't matter how much experience you have or what you've done in your past. So how much will this cost you? You can try and figure it out on your own and spend thousands upon thousands, or hire consultants. And a lot of consultants just read a script. They haven't actually got real results, right? But you can hire one for 10,000 plus. I get paid $20,000 for an hour speech, and I've turned down 5,000 plus per month to teach the same content and for mentorship because I can't do any one-on-one mentorship anymore. So just to give you in context, how much will this cost you? Not 10,000, not 5,000, not 4,500, which is the referral discount price, not $19.97, which is what our team wanted to do. Okay. For the action takers and game changers, we're doing a best year ever webinar only special for the summer. You get the full Game Changers Academy, the training system. This is still pretty crazy. Live mastermind calls and hot seats every month. My letter to achiever scripts, how to build an online empire training, the maximizing your strengths blueprint, network of 850 success-minded people, my connections, mentorships, and experience working for you. Total value, $10,108. This will be way more affordable. You can enroll today for 4 investments of only $297. $297. So I'm going to put this link up. We're doing a contest too. I'm going to give away, I'm doing a Game Changers welcome package to the first 10 who take action. There's a results guarantee as well, but gamechangersmovement.com/yes. I'm looking forward to helping you and diving into your business and really helping you become a game changer. But you can save $200 and make a one-time investment of $997 if you want as well. So if you want to save money, if you like paying in full, you can make one investment of $997. You have the PayPal option as well. You can actually get, I believe you can get no interest financing through PayPal too. I'm not sure, but you can use PayPal and save $200 and get it for $997. Now, all access webinar special $997, gamechangersmovement.com/yes. Now you have two options. You can try and figure everything out on your own, like I did, and spend thousands of dollars and waste tons of time trying to do it yourself. Or you can get the proven roadmap. You can get the proven roadmap. You can cut your learning curve in half. You can get to your goals much quicker, and you can start making real money and more money than ever before. Once again, when the economy doesn't do well, the money doesn't disappear. It just transfers to the people who have the right network, who invest in themselves, and who have a proven roadmap. So I'm excited to invite you to join over 850 ambitious entrepreneurs in the Academy today. We have a results guarantee and 100% money back guarantee as well. So there's no risk. We want to take all the risk out and put it on me. So here's the deal. GameChangersMovement.com/yes. This offer will not last long, but I know this could be an investment, a substantial investment for you. So I'll tell you what, I want to take away all the risk, and I want to guarantee in a way you know it's the right choice for you today. I'm going to put myself out there, and I personally think this is the best program in the industry, and nobody's ever touched this level of comprehensive and relevant and deep dive training and mixed it with live millionaire training. So if you sign up and you don't fly out the gate and spend the next couple days really gaining clarity and seeing real results, if you don't think it's the best training in the industry, tell us it's not the best program, and I won't waste your time. You'll get your money back, no questions asked. Look, I've been through some tough things. I've been dead broke. I've been discouraged. I've been through a lot of programs that don't work, and we want to make sure you understand this is the best out if you want to get to the next level of success and achievement the right way. Okay? And the special webinar promotion is only open until tonight at midnight. Tonight at midnight. Now, let me give you some bonuses, okay? So we're also going to throw in our Becoming Unstoppable audio series, okay? Which will bulletproof your mindset, strengthen your mental toughness, and develop an unshakable confidence. So someone asked something about how do you get an abundant mindset? How do you sharpen your mental toughness? This is how you do that. I would play these over and over again so you have the right foundation when taking the action in the Academy. You also get all of our previous millionaire guest speakers and mastermind calls from the last 6 years. And you get our 30-day quick start guide that tells you exactly how to start, where to, what to watch, what actions to take. So you don't even, I know you guys are thinkers, but you don't even have to really like figure anything out on your own. Everything's in the quick start guide. You also get my personal mentorship to make sure you get 100%, you get results. So just reach out. Once you join, just reach out. I believe we already had, you guys are quick. Once you join, just reach out within the first week, and I will personally do a call with you to make sure you go out the gate strong and you maximize the Academy as well, okay? So what's the real value? You get live mastermind calls and hot seats every month, my Letters to Achiever script, how to build an online empire training, the Maximizing Your Strengths blueprint, a network of individuals that can help you get to your next level, new millionaire mentors every month, Becoming Unstoppable audio series, the Maximizing Your Strengths blueprint, the full Game Changers training system, my mentorship, guidance, and experience working for you, all previous mastermind calls, $13,000 value. Now, even if it was $13K, is that worth no more stress and more peace of mind? Is that worth financial freedom? I've paid way more than that to be part of a mastermind, right? But you get it today for $997 or $297. Now, getting fired up. We'll do some Q&A in a second. So here's what to do next. Go to gamechangersmovement.com/yes and enroll. Check your email for the login info. You're going to get the login info right away. Watch the introduction module. This will tell you exactly where to start, and it'll also help you clear your mind so you have the perfect foundation and you know exactly how to maximize this experience. So it's literally going to clear your mind. It's going to help you get rid of anything that's festering on your mind. It's going to help you get rid of any loose ends or anything that's not completed. Like, this module will help clear your mind so you have zero noise in your head and you have clarity on how you're going to maximize this next year. Time's going to go by anyways. You might as well maximize it and have a competitive advantage. Then under the bonus materials, on the top it says bonus materials and content. Go down to videos and it says weekly master plan. It's called the Millionaire Time Management System. This is a time management and productivity training that helps you maximize your time and think like the millionaires and how to leverage and duplicate your time. So now you're going to have the introduction module and you're going to watch the Millionaire Time Management System video. Now you're going to really be ready to maximize your time. So imagine learning from all these millionaire speakers. And these are some of the ones coming up. We actually have Elon Musk booked for the Academy. Randall Pitch, Shailene Johnson, David Goggins just spoke. We have Jocko Willink, who's a Navy SEAL, Robert Kiyosaki. Our next speaker, by the way, timing is everything. And this is one of the best times to get started. A, you're getting an 88% off discount, but B, we have a live call with Trent Shelton Tuesday. Trent Shelton is one of the most influential speakers and social media entrepreneurs on the planet. He's getting hundreds of millions of views. He's going to share exactly what he does to create viral content, to create content, to build an online business, and to make 7+ figures. He has almost 11 million people that follow him. Almost 7 million people like his stuff. He's getting hundreds of millions of views on Facebook. You will be on a live call with him, being able to ask him questions on Tuesday if you take action. This is one of the craziest bonuses ever. So his call is Tuesday. So here's some more examples for you guys. And I'm not the one to sell you on it. I just want to share with you the results people have got. This is Kirk Knowles. He started 2016. Just want to give you a quick shout. Started Game Changer, I believe, less than 2 months ago with a 5-month goal to raise my business residual from less than $150K to $200K a year. Hit that mark today. Over $50K a year raise in less than 2 months. Reworking my last 90-day goals of 2016 to finish the year at $250K residual. Next year, we hit the 7-figure mark. Now, I showed him this email at a workshop that we did. He's been in the Academy for two years now, almost 3 years. And he was embarrassed that he was excited about 200K, by the way, because now he's over 7 figures. So over 50K in residual income in 2 months. So even if he paid the 13K, is it worth obviously him making now 7 figures? Of course. And he has a lifestyle that allows him to hang with his daughters and travel and kind of do what he wants on his terms. Amazing story. Shout out to Kirk. This is actually Caleb. At the end of April, my team was, I don't know why his name's covered. It's funny. Oh, maybe it's his email. This is Caleb Vincent. At the end of April, my team was ranked very bottom of my division. Not almost bottom, dead last. By the end of June, we were ranked first in the division, from first to last in 2 months. This is the power of the right information, the right network with some execution. I cannot believe I have doubled my figures already in 4 weeks. Gold, freaking gold. This is Anna Doon. She's actually from Australia. That's why it says doubled my figures. The US doesn't say that. Doubled sales in 4 weeks. George Cohen, before working with Peter, we only had 2,000 users and we're struggling with customer acquisition. After one of the live calls, I took his advice and implemented a new strategy. Our results skyrocketed almost overnight. We went from 2,000 doctors to 45,000 signing up for our service and brought in 200,000 new users. I know exactly what I taught him to. His no BS straight shooter approach cut directly to the point and showed exactly what to focus on to get results fast. So look what he says here. The key word you have to look at here is implemented. So he implemented what we taught him and it worked. You also get a chance to meet other game changers. We also do game changer workshops that you're invited to. If you're a part of the Academy, you get access to all of our workshops. Whether they're in San Diego, LA, New York, Vegas, Dallas, you're a part of this as well. It's like a family. This is me meeting Justin and Kirk right here. That's Chelsea, who also is now doing over $2 million a year. Been on the Academy almost a year now. Another picture of us hanging out at a workshop. So the only question is, and then we'll do Q&A. I'm just excited about this. The only question is, what will your story be by the end of the year? It's only 5 months until 2020. Time waits for nobody. Time is going to go by anyways. You might as well maximize it and make sure that you're setting yourself up for massive success, right? So what will your story be? You're going to get it. Go to gamechangersmovement.com/yes, but the complete game changer system, the $1 Million Network, live mastermind calls, elite millionaire mentors, you're going to get all that at that special webinar discount that expires at 12 o'clock Pacific time, right? Gamechangersmovement.com/yes, 100% results guaranteed. So there's no risk, and action takers are always rewarded. So let me share this with you. For the first 10 people who take action, for the first 10 people who bet on themselves, remember, there's no risk, right? And I'm telling you right now, we're going to overpromise or over-deliver and under-promise for you, right? There's a lot of things I haven't shared that you're going to have access to as well, but you get a special Game Changers package. For the first 10 people who take action, you're going to get my mixtapes. You're going to get a copy of my book signed, hardcover. You're going to get a flash drive with our 15 best documents and blueprints. You're going to get a Game Changers journal. You're going to get my Entrepreneur's Blueprint to Massive Success book. You're going to get the Ambition is Priceless wristband and my other mixtapes. So for the first 10 people who take action, okay? Join the most exclusive networking community today, gamechangersmovement.com/yes. I'm extremely excited for you guys. And here's the deal. I understand you. I get you. And even if you're skeptical, I get it. There's so much BS out there. Trust me, I get it. That's why we did the guarantee. And that's why people ask us, how are you getting these speakers to speak to the academy? By the way, we do not pay them. We don't pay these speakers 1 cent. They want to speak to the academy because they know the people in this academy are the cream of the crop. They're the ones that invest in themselves. They're the ones that are going to become the game changers, the next Mark Zuckerberg, the next company that's going to blow up. They know you guys are the cream of the crop. That's why they're speaking, right? So you get a guest speaker every month. You get mastermind calls and you get access to me as well. Look, if you don't feel like your intelligence matches your bank account and you're sick of all the BS out there and you want a proven roadmap, this is it. Maybe you're scared to invest because money's tight. The money's going to be spent anyways. And sometimes you have to realize that if money's the issue, that might be the number one reason you should find a way to take action so you never have money issues ever again. I was in Scottsdale and I took my wife there for her birthday in June at a nice resort. And I guess it was our first trip with a little one. He's not born yet, but I guess he's still with us always. That's kind of funny. And we were having breakfast at this great resort overlooking the infinity pool and overlooking the mountains. And it was not, it was expensive. And having the ability to not worry about the bill, because I used to be the one that worried about, I didn't want anyone to get appetizers. I didn't ever want to get drinks. I always had a scarcity mindset, and having an abundant mindset where there's no worries about money, that's indescribable. It's priceless. So if you have to bet on yourself and invest money to never have any money issues, it's 100% worth it. Because if you don't do something different, your results are going to be the same. Mark Cuban says, how you predict the next 6 months of somebody, the number one way to predict someone's next 6 months is to look at their previous 6 months, period. Because it'll be the exact same, unless it change what they put in their mind or who they're around. Right? And I have a new book coming out end of the year. Haven't really announced that, but I talk about the 4 things successful people spend money on, right? And by the way, the program was designed to help you make your money back within the first 30 to 60 days, right? But this is the best way to really solidify the best year ever. And the price is going to go up after tonight back to full price, right? So the 4 things successful people spend money on. Number 1, back in themselves. To sharpen their mindset, to cut their learning curve in half, to sharpen their perspective, to get around higher level people, mentorship. Personal growth is number 1. Number 2, they spend it back in their business. personnel, marketing, advertising, branding. Once you invest in yourself, now you have a proven roadmap. Now you invest back in your team and your business. That's number 2. Number 3 is assets that make your money work for you. So you have passive income. And 4 is memorable experiences, because that's the ultimate motivation. Imagine taking your whole family to Hawaii or to Vegas or to Fiji or to San Diego or to Tokyo, all expenses paid. Is that going to demotivate you or motivate you to work even smarter and to work more strategically and to make more money and more impact? Of course it is, right? But if you spend those things without in the wrong order, you have a problem. So if you maximize the experience without creating a system for your business, you just have a high paying job, right? You got to make sure you invest in yourself, then your business, then systems, marketing, networking, advertising, and then you invest the money you make back into things that make you more money, right? That's the system right there. So can you picture right now someone in your mind that has made a lot of money as an entrepreneur or has a lifestyle maybe you desire? Picture that person right now. Get that picture in your head. Someone that is making a lot of money as an entrepreneur or as a business person or as an athlete or entertainer. Now, can you also picture someone who's tried entrepreneurship? They've tried sales, they've tried business, and maybe they lost money. Maybe they lost everything. Maybe they have resentment. Maybe they are at a 9-to-5 and they think businesses are scams because they have, maybe they're salty about it because they didn't succeed. Let me ask you a question. Why is there disparity? Why are some making 6 figures, some making 7 figures, and some failing and losing everything or making $15 an hour? Why? Is it lack of opportunity or is it lack of knowledge and network? Think about it. This is why knowledge and network is so important, right? So let me ask you, is it lack of opportunity or is it lack of knowledge and network? Think about it. Exactly. It's definitely not lack of opportunity. So you're more right than you know. Most people aren't thriving, and most people expect success without putting in any work or without investing in themselves. What would you tell someone who wants success but doesn't invest in themselves? You would say you're crazy, right? So keep that in mind. So the number one thing that holds most people back, in my experience in the last 15 years, the number one thing that I've seen hold most people back is they never tell themselves, now matters. Most people spend the first half of their life saying, I'm too young. And the second half, I'm too old, right? And they live on someday I'll. And who are they on someday I'll with? Other people that live on someday I'll, that are always talking about their past. If someone's always talking about their past or living in the past, they don't see a bright future for themselves. You want to be around people that are talking about the future 9-to-1 compared to the past, right? But the stars won't always align. Now matters more than ever. Not tomorrow, now matters. If you maximize today, tomorrow takes care of itself. Right? That's why I want you guys to understand what this opportunity is, right? So go to gamechangersmovement.com/yes to take action. And I'm excited to get to know you, to connect with you, to really, really help you become a true game changer, because the world needs more leaders because there's too many followers. I want to invite you to step into the best program on the planet and step up to the plate. People will bet on sports games, they'll bet at casinos, but they just won't bet on themselves. It's time to bet on yourself. It's time to make up for all the times in your life where you cut corners, where you didn't give your all. It is time to make up for that. I don't care if you're 68 or 16. Age is now wiped out. There's a kid named Tanner Fox on YouTube. I think he's making $650,000 a month on YouTube. And I think you can correct me, you can look him up. I think he's 20, 19. Money doesn't discriminate. Success doesn't discriminate, neither does failure, right? So now matters more than ever. And people are going to spend the money anyways. You might as well spend it on something that's going to actually give you the best possible advantage to not just succeed, but thrive, right? And for those of you guys who are thinking like, it doesn't work for me, we've created a getting to know yourself document that's worth the price of admission 10 times. And we've had hundreds of members who have told us that that changed their entire future because they finally had clarity. What's clarity worth to you? You know what I mean? It's worth everything, right? So keep that in mind. And it blows my mind, by the way, that people will happily spend $40,000 to $80,000 on college that teaches irrelevant stuff that's outdated, doesn't guarantee them anything. And some people won't spend $297 on something that's going to change their life forever at an 88% discount for a one time. Like, think about that. That's crazy to me. But that's life. So this is for you. If your bank account doesn't match your ambition, you're not fulfilling your potential, you need clarity and a proven roadmap. And by the way, this might not be for everybody. This might not be for some of you guys, right? It's not for everybody. But I want to give everyone an opportunity to become a game changer. You need clarity and a proven framework to follow. You want more predictable and consistent income. You want more flexibility and freedom. GameChangersMovement.com/yes. Here's what I'm going to do for you. Well, my team taught me into this, and I'm happy to do so. For the next 30 minutes, okay, you're going to get everything, and I'm going to give the Game Changers welcome package to everybody, not just the first 10. Because I think the first 10 were already taken. I'm not sure. I haven't looked yet. But anyone that joins in the next 30 minutes, and by the way, it's fully refundable. There's no risk. But you can at least check out the content, check it out, and see if you like it, and see how much clarity you gain, and check out the content and get some results first, right? So you also get the welcome package sent to you with my books, the journal, the flash drive, the bracelet, the documents, my mixtapes, and everything sent to you. Sound good? GameChangersMovement.com/yes. So someone asked a little bit ago too, what's it going to cost? Like they were asking that earlier. That's a difficult question. It's usually, what's it going to cost you if you don't join? What's it worth to never have money issues ever again? If money is the issue, that might be the reason, like I said, you should take action, but keep that in mind. And here's what I want to share too. We make it affordable, but we don't want to devalue it because the price is so cheap. We're obsessed, and we're taught at an early age to save, 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 save. Saving is a scarcity mentality. You should be taught to invest. Invest in things that make money work for you. Invest in things that make you more money. Invest in things that give you a better lifestyle. Successful people buy time because they realize that's the most precious commodity on the planet. All right? Keep that in mind, okay? So let's do some Q&A. I'm excited to dive in with questions. All you guys that have already taken action, I'm super excited to get to know you, to connect with you in the next week, to give you the roadmap to follow, to kind of help you maximize the academy. But it's a proven system. This wasn't put together yesterday. It's been around for 6 years, and it's definitely very intentional and strategic. So you'll be incorporated in the system very quickly and start seeing results. Yeah, there's something PayPal, 6 months, no interest, like something crazy you can do with PayPal. Walter, can you explain how to do that? I see you just joined. Welcome. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. Tessa just signed up. Very, very wise move, betting on yourself. Yeah, Justin's amazing. All right, let's do some questions. So I just paid rent. I would be at the moment. I'm strapped. So are you having this price? Unfortunately, not. And to be honest, Thomas, even paying full price is worth it. I mean, the value is 100 times the full price. That's why we don't really do this ever. We just want to do like a special summer webinar discount. But even the full price is still worth it. So you do have till 12 tonight. So you have 4 or 5 hours to find a way. But if not, I mean, yeah, let that kind of motivate you to take action later and never have money issues again. But I know how it was. Trust me. If anyone can relate to someone who doesn't have the money, I can't. I was dead broke. I couldn't even pay rent. Just keep that in mind, guys. I couldn't even pay rent. So I get it. But I remember that feeling. I will never be broke again because I remember the feeling I had, and I never want to feel that way ever again. So that's why we made this price for people that might not be able to afford the full price. They can get on this price and they can take advantage. And when the price goes back up, they got grandfathered in that cheap price. So let's do some Q&A. Any questions you guys have regarding the Academy, regarding anything else? I'm excited for you guys to get started. Couple PayPals. I love it. My team can send me. I can't really look up who joined because I'm on the screen right here, but let's do some Q&A. I got some time to hang with you guys. Oh, it's like 30-second delayed. Oh, and someone else asked, how do you inspire like your friends or your mom or dad? Here's what I'll share with you. The best way to inspire, or when someone says, how do you inspire my mom? How do you inspire your significant other or your friend or your dad or your sister? Here's the answer. You don't. You live your best life and the right people will catch on. The right people will catch on and say, hey, what are you doing? I want to be living that lifestyle too. And they don't, shame on them. But if you try and push people and say, you got to be successful, sometimes they resent you. You just got to live your best life and take the right actions and really practice what you preach. And trust me, the right people will ask you what you're doing. And that's when you can help them. So you don't need to inspire others. Or you don't need to like tell people to be inspired. Just show them by how you live. That's the biggest key. And we want this program in the next couple years. I want you to be able to say, you know, the reason why I own all these properties, the reason why I have an amazing business, the reason why I have no stress, I have peace of mind, I love what I do, I wake up with gratitude, I don't have to worry about my next bill, is because back in 2019, I invested in myself. I joined the Academy, and that's why I have all this success now. That's what we want for you guys. Got it? All right, any questions, guys? Julie, very wise move. Excited. Hey, once again, make sure you watch the introduction module and then make sure you watch the time management module and then be ready for the Trent Shelton call on Tuesday. You'll get an email tomorrow giving you all the information, and that's going to be a very powerful live call on Tuesday. So make sure you come with questions for Trent as well. Good question. What will the time commitment be? So we don't really go by time. Okay, we go by results. So time is tricky. Some people log in once a day for an hour. Some people just go to the millionaire speakers, the live calls, and the modules. So they do a couple hours a month. But the key here is we help people focus on getting addicted to results and information. So we've simplified all of the training to where you don't actually need to watch all the videos. You only watch the ones that are relevant to you, and we make sure you don't move on till you get results. So we help you get addicted to outcomes and results, not information and knowledge. So many people are obsessed with information, and there's a lot of broke geniuses out there. We help people get addicted to outcomes and results. So the time commitment is as long as it takes. Some people, because think about it, if it's just a time commitment, you're not paid based off time, you're paid based off your value. And if you're not very valuable, you don't make much money. So whatever it takes is the time. So you have a 9 to 5 right now, right? So the time commitment is whatever it takes for you to get out of the 9 to 5 to replace your income. But some people do it with a couple hours a month, right? We value time at the highest level, and we treat everyone in there like a millionaire that values their time. So this is not where you have to watch 50 calls. These calls are extremely tactical, powerfully, and jam-packed. You actually get a bulletproof implementation plan after every call that tells you exactly what to take action on. So the time commitment isn't much, but it's about the results. Good question. Julie, I'm not sure if you're one of the first 10. People took action pretty quick, but But remember what I said, everyone in the first 30 within the next 30 minutes gets the welcome package. But you seem competitive, which I like. You still want to know. I will let you know. Actually, if the team, can you guys look up if Julie was in the top 10? What was your number one confidence builder before results when I'm surrounded by successful people? So really good question. My number one confidence builder was the decision train. So what I mean was I was making all decisions based off like what I felt like. So if I didn't feel like working out, I wouldn't work out. If I didn't feel like reading, I wouldn't read. If I didn't feel like eating healthy, I'd eat a cheeseburger. And everything was based off emotions and feelings and moods. And when I realized that got me broke and stressed out and insecure, I had to figure out like, okay, how can I change my decisions? And then it's called the decision train. I realized that most people, 95% of people that are stressed, frustrated, scared, insecure, they base everything off feeling. So if they don't feel like working out, they're like, I don't feel like working out. And then they make a decision not to work out, and their action is to do nothing. Successful people flip it backwards. So they make a decision first. They say, you know what, tomorrow morning, I'm going to work out no matter what. They make a decision, then they decide to work out, they take action, and then the feeling at the end is amazing because you just did what you say you were going to do. So I started to make decisions and base things off intelligence, not moods. I base things off standards, not emotions. That was the biggest confidence booster ever for me. I was starting to choose growth in the moment. There's always the easy decision and the rough decision, always. If you make easy decisions, life is tough. The person that makes all easy decisions in their 20s has a really, really rough time in their 30s. People that make the tough decisions in their 20s have an amazing 30s and 40s, right? So for me, if I say I'm going to work out, tomorrow morning, I'm going to work out. I don't feel like it ever, but I already said I was going to do it. I got addicted to the feeling of doing things I said I was going to do, and that gave me confidence. That was the biggest game changer. And Ariana Huffington, who started Huffington Post, she taught me something that also helped. You guys are asking good questions. I'm excited. Let's continue the value. Once again, shout out to all you guys that have taken action and bet on yourself. Much respect. I promise you this will be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And I want you to be nervous. If money is an issue and you're like, oh, this is a lot of money, good. I want you to be nervous. I want you to get your skin in the game, right? I want you to invest in yourself, and I want you to spend an amount that kind of scares you, that forces you to level up and take action, right? So Ariana Huffington, when she started Huffington Post, she struggled. She had 2 daughters. I believe she had 2 daughters, maybe 3, and she was struggling. They were struggling to get off the ground. She was spending all her money. She was always tired, frustrated. She was always snappy. And because she had lack of sleep, she literally had a panic attack and almost died. She had to go to the hospital. And she realized, she said, she was making almost all decisions out of anger, frustration, fear, discouragement. And she said, I made a decision. This is $1 million advice for me at the time. She goes, I made a decision. I was never going to make any choices ever again if I was tired, frustrated, lonely, or discouraged, because every decision I made was wrong. And I realized at that moment, all my decisions I was making were based out of emotion and based out of fear and frustration. And they were always the wrong decisions. So I challenge you right now, if you're listening to this or watching this, never make a decision ever again. Like starting right now, don't make decisions when you're not in a good state of mind. Because if you make decisions when you're tired, you make cowardly decisions. Now, you're not a coward, but you're making dumb decisions because you're making decisions when you're tired. Like in the morning when you wake up, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to hit my snooze button. That was a dumb decision. That's not a game changer decision. So only make decisions when you're in a good state of mind. If not, don't make a decision. And that was a huge piece of advice. So that was a long-winded answer. Whoever asked that, guest 5203, let me know your name. But that's what it was. I started to choose growth in the moment. I started making the tough decisions in the moment, and that helped me. Great question. Julie, you were top 10. Awesome job. My baby is due September 26th, to be exact. I am nervous and excited. I don't know what to expect. But I heard it's the ride of your life, so we'll see how it goes. But another thing that inspired me too is I was reading a book this morning about if parents don't develop themselves and spark their mind and their capacity, it hurts the baby's brains, which is kind of crazy. So like I don't want to just be the best I possibly can. I don't want to become world class for me. I want to lead by example for my son, right? I mean, if you have a motivation issue and you have kids, there's something wrong. Just look in your kids' eyes, right? And that just fires up. That's a whole different subject, but I'm going off on a tangent here. Thanks for asking. September 26th. I get passionate sometimes. Is there a time frame by which we will have access to the calls and videos? Will access be closed in 12 months or 24 months? This is a 1-year access. You'll have access for 1 year. And I don't deal with the renews, but you actually get a pretty huge discount after the first year. And we have an 80-something% renew rate. So it's no issue. And you'll get so many results and you'll build so many amazing relationships that the renew usually is a no-brainer. Good question. Julie, thank you for following, and I'm excited to finally get you in the academy. Why don't you reach out on email? You'll get an email from me, but reach out in the next week and we'll have a call. All right, guys, any other questions? You have 14 more minutes to get the special Game Changers welcome package, as well as the Game Changer system, as well as the live mastermind calls. You'll get access to the Trent Shelton call this Tuesday, as well as the deep dive training programs, as well as the time management blueprint and everything else. Congrats to everybody. And guys, here's what life's about, really. You're not going to get to the end of your life and wish you had more transactions, right? So it's not just about results or money. It's about living a world-class life. And if I can leave you with anything just from my heart and from my gut, I know best-selling authors that are New York Times best-selling authors that have reached millions of people, but their kids don't know who they are, and they work 100 hours a week. I know top sales reps making millions of dollars, but they forgot about their health, and they would trade all their money to get their health back. I know CEOs worth $100 million that never spend time with their kids. So there's nothing you should put above just being a world-class person. That's what I'll leave you with. That's number one. Money's great, freedom's great, but just be a world-class person. Do everything, whether you join the academy or not. Totally, this is off subject, but I want you to get to 80, 90 years old. I want you to look in the mirror when you're 80 or 90, look in your eyes and be able to say, you know what? I have no regrets. I bet on myself. I built a lifestyle for my family that I'm proud of. No one else was able to tell me what I'm worth or when to leave or when to show up. I did everything on my terms, and I'm proud of the life I built and who I became. I was courageous. I was strong, but mainly I have zero regrets, and I wouldn't do anything differently. That's what I want for everybody. If you can look in the mirror, because think about it. Who's more successful? Someone making $500 million a year, but they work 100 hours and they're stressed every day with no peace of mind? Or someone making $150K a year who loves what they do, who spends time with family all the time, who gets to go to their kids' basketball games? You tell me. So it's not about the money. It's about living a world-class life. And that's what the Academy does, is it helps you. Yes, it helps you get results, but it helps you create and design the life that's ideal for you based on your values. That's it. So I appreciate you guys. Are you interested in sharing something in Spanish in the future? I'm learning Spanish. I'm trying to figure out Spanish. I'm like 20, 30%. Un poquito. But I am learning Spanish. We're going to teach our kid multiple languages. So he's going to be bilingual. So I'm learning Spanish now. So it's hard, but I'm speaking in Cabo in 2 weeks. So I'm trying to, I know the basics and I probably know 20, 30%, but I'm getting there. So I am definitely interested in Spanish stuff for sure. I appreciate you guys. I'm going to head off. If you have any other questions, let me know. Thanks to you guys that bet on yourself and that invested in yourself in the Academy. I promise I do not take it lightly. I will be there every step of the way. And I'm telling you, for the price, you're getting a steal, and it's going back up in the next couple hours. So much respect. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks again for spending time with me. Let me get off and say bye in person. Hold on, let me see if I can see you guys. Can you see me? See you guys. Thanks for everything. Much love, and we'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.